Hey, this is Brian Orakpo, and you're watching Third and Longhorn.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Third and Longhorn. Derrick Johnson has been threatening this episode for so long, that he's going to make this happen, and I'm so pumped that it's finally here. We have an absolute legend in the building, and I believe the voice of God as well. He is in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Orakpo. Welcome.
Thank y'all. Man, glad to be here. Appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you. We always start these the exact same way, and it's how did you get to Texas? Can you kind of take us through, high school / how you got here?
Man, first and foremost, man, thank y'all for having me, man. I don't do a lot of these, man, and I see when DJ hit me, I'm like, God, I'm running out of excuses, man. And AO hit me, I'm like, all right, let's knock this out. But no, all seriousness though, man, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all doing y'all thing. But how we got to Texas, right? Is that the question, Nick? All right. Man, honestly, man, I was pretty much like a late bloomer, man. If I can, long story short, we all grow up, football in Texas is huge. Me being a Nigerian kid, man, I always wanted to be a Olajuwon, man. Growing up in Houston, I wanted to be a hooper. Yeah, that was my I didn't know anything about football.
Man, Rick, I'm giving you Draymond Green.
No, I'm saying Jay Hills, man, your brother was a hooper too. Yeah. You know how strong hooping was at the time in Houston, inner city. But long story short, I gravitated towards football and was really, really good at it. And, we just kept winning. Ironically, my teammate at the time, shout out to Andrew Kelson, he was the main one getting recruited from Texas, being a big-time recruit. Mack Brown, everybody. I remember Akina, Mack, everybody was coming down to see Kelson. And then when they seen Kelson, you can't miss this skinny kid on the edge going crazy. And that was me. And that essentially was my recruiting story. And I tell kids today, not everybody's gonna get it one way or another. But if you're good, you're good. And you're gonna get found one way or another. And that was me. I was the story where the late bloomer kind of, rough around the edges kind of guy, but I got put on through someone else. And that gave me an opportunity. I ran with it. And that's how I was able to come to University of Texas when they watched film. And now once Texas got involved, that's when a lot of other schools got involved. Yeah. And that's how it literally caught like wildfire. And man, it took off. Once we all committed, I had a couple friends that were in the Houston area that committed as well. And George Walk and all those guys, man, and we just all came here together. And that's what made it happen. And another story too, and we can add on to that. Vince Young was in our conference, or I don't know what you call it in high school. District. Yeah. District. He was at Madison. We was at Lamar High. That was our rival. We could never beat him. VY was Mr. Texas at the time. People, man, before Cam, before Lamar Jackson, before all that, was Vince Young. Yeah. And when I knew that, once I got my opportunity, when they came and seen me and they gave me, I knew without a doubt that I was coming to Texas because I didn't want to play that dude anymore. I was like, if you can't beat him, join him. So I give my hats off to DY a lot of times for this whole recruiting thing.
Man, when I was doing research for this, I called Bobby Burton, who does recruiting, and he runs On Texas Football, and he said specifically he remembered the moment. And it's similar to your story, but he's like, Drew played with him because Drew and him worked together. Sure. But he also said that he'd been there, I think, the year before, and he said everybody was there to see, I think it was John or somebody on your team.
It was your cousin.
John Williams.
John Williams.
That's who. Yeah,
John
and he
Williams,
said,
his cousin. Shout out to John. He went to OU. But they were coming to see him.
And then Bobby said he was talking. One of the Texas coaches was asking something, or they were talking to somebody, and he was like, "You need to look at this guy." He specifically remembered. That's crazy.
For sure. That's awesome.
I got a quick story. I know you'll jump in. I got a quick story about that. Quick short story about my cousin John Williams. I was trying to get him to UT, so I was talking to Mack and them. Hey, first cousin John Williams, tall, 6'5", 6'6", killer off the edge, and they was like, okay, at Lamar, okay, we're looking at a younger guy, Brian Orakpo. I'm like, no. That's everything. No, not Orakpo. Like, I don't know. Like I'm talking about John Williams, and they never really got on him. And I remember that. And then when, my senior year was Rack's first year.
Yeah.
So, I know Orakpo because I've heard of that name before because that's who they were on. When I seen him, he didn't really pass that eyeball test where you say, oh, man, we got us one, right?
We're not talking about the same guy.
No.
I got to see Rack's freshman.
I know.
year.
So
we'll get into that.
No, for real. It's 2004.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, a rack is the definition of how you develop in a way to really a superstar. Nowadays, it's all about transfer portal, trying to go out and get other people to piece up your team. It's never about the high schooler coming in saying, man, he's not quite ready to get out there. He's got to do some developmental stuff. And that's not common nowadays. Orakpo did it that way, and I want you to talk real quick, Rack, on your story can relate to a lot of other stories because I was a day one starter to get out there. More people can relate to your story on what did you do to get your mind right and your body right to be able to play at a high level when you wasn't quite ready to get out there and contribute yet.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, man. And DJ, another thing, when it came to Texas. And DJ knew me from obviously through that process. And once I got co-signed from him, it kind of gave me the respect from everybody else being so young. But it's like, dude, because at the time, I was only like 210. I don't even remember.
Man, ain't no.
But no, that's
why do I feel like everybody lying?
Let me give y'all.
Hills must have been 100 pounds.
I don't think I've ever told this story. But let me tell y'all a quick story about that though. Before I got UT, I got my scholarship, went through the senior year. We lost to North Shore in the third round, yada yada yada. Now we're training time. Well, I'm going to go visit family in Nigeria my senior year. This is before you even come to college that January, February. Remember that?
Yeah.
We had a whole summer to ourselves, and we come in August in the fall. So the whole summer I went to go visit me and my family to Nigeria. Down there during that whole summer, I'm training, yada, yada, yada. Well, I get malaria. I got sick, super sick.
Super sick, yeah. Wow.
I lost maybe 30 pounds maybe at the time. I don't know. So when I came in, I was already naturally skinny though, but I still had a nice frame. Nice frame.
Yeah.
Colin Simmons type frame. Like not a huge, big like AO, but I had a nice frame. But I was even smaller. And everybody, like even Coach Brown, and then when I came on camera, it's like, dude,
is this who we offered?
It's a new wide receiver.
Coach Brown looked at him like what I ordered versus what I got.
Exactly.
Has he signed his letter of intent yet?
Exactly. I still had the same voice, still had the same demeanor, but it was
Brown
like,
sitting there like, something ain't right here.
So I knew I had work to do. So we got to work out with Mad Dog, and shout out to Mad Dog, man. He was a big catalyst in getting me right. And this is what a lot of people don't understand as far as like what putting in the work really means. You know, everybody sees the final product. I was one of those guys that we're gonna get it from day one, where we're gonna redshirt, we're gonna utilize it, and that's why I love redshirt because I don't have to play right now. I'm not ready.
Yeah,
my 210-pound do not need to be out there with OU and the rest of these guys trying to make plays. Like, I'm fine. Let me learn from Crowder, Robinson, the rest of the D-line. Let me learn how to be a professional. Let me learn how to be a pro. Let me learn how to play the Texas way. And, man, we hit it hard, man. And I was naturally strong. So now I'm starting to get my physique back. Now I'm starting to feel like, get comfortable. And the cool thing what Coach Brown did, and he made me feel very special with that, was myself and Richard were the only two freshmen traveling that redshirted with these guys when we played the Michigan year. But he wanted us to experience that so we can get ready for when our turn, right? Because we knew that we were guys that can play right now, but just needed more time to develop. Yeah. But he wanted us to go through that whole transition to learn how to be a professional. So we able to see these guys on the road and just kind of be there with Sergio Benson and just kind of be around the guys, all DJ, all the rest of the guys. And at the same time, we would still work and hone in our craft, get stronger, bigger, faster, all that whole cliche. And yeah, that was the beginning of my journey, just watching these guys perform. And then that obviously led to the next year, my redshirt freshman year, where we started that whole path where it was the trio we had, myself, Crowder, and Brian Robinson. And that was our trio at the time, and man, it was something to be a part of.
The craziest part, my bad. The craziest part in hearing all this is like, I was younger, right? I remember my brother getting recruited, so I would be up here watching my brother, and I seen Rack, and listening to them two talk, I'm like, all right, this not one of those two things can be true. Either I'm lying or they lying. Because the Rack I imagine only looked one way. And I want us to pull up the photo of Rack doing he got a cut off on his head, he got a cut off gray sweat. He pulling up these chains. Pull up that photo, because that is the Rack that existed versus how they imagining this happening. Nagurski Trophy, Lombardi Trophy, Hendricks Award, lot finalist, unanimous first team All-American, Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. He showed up like that from the beginning in my mind.
He was born that way.
In my mind. So, again, when I was at Texas, respectfully speaking to everybody that was in the building at any position, paid or unpaid, nobody excluded. I did not know who was in charge. I would look at Coach Brown like, well, he gave me the scholarship. I would look at Coach Ruck like, he the one that check on my dorm to make sure I'm good in class. And I would look at Miss Jean Bryant, said she gave me my books, but I think Rack in charge. so that's the Rack I know.
And I'm with Jay to a certain extent, because my vision of Rack, what I remember of Rack is senior year Rack, junior and senior year Rack. I remember Rack making plays against OU. I remember the ESPN special that Jay's talking about where he's lifting up chains, got chains around his neck with a sledgehammer.
Where he get all this props?
Right.
That's that hard work, man.
That's the Rack I remember. I don't remember this 215-pound Rack.
But Coach Brown knows that Rack. He remembers that.
But you mentioned a trio of guys. You said you, B-Rob, Brian Robinson, and Tim Crowder. I know when I came into the program, and not even me, all the defensive ends that came in from 2010 to 2020, we all wanted to be like Rack. Like, Rack was the standard. Like, if you ain't rushing like Rack, what you out here doing? So I say that to say, what did the older guys, Tim Crowder, B-Rob, mean to your development?
Everything. Because again, going back to Jay Hills, y'all got the final product, but man, it was a maturation to that, man. And that's what, in my eyes, that's what college football is all about in general, man. Just growing and developing. And Tim Crowder, B-Rob, Rod Wright, all those guys, and I don't want to miss any guys, but those are the main guys. I can learn from those guys, man. I can see what they're doing and kind of correlate stuff from their game and incorporate it into my game. And when my number's called, I don't want to be a drop-off. You know, those guys were very instrumental. And big shout out to Crowder especially, because he was the more cultural. He was like the more mentor type of guy than I was or anybody was, man, because I was see ball, hit ball, and I'm one way. Like, y'all know me, man. You got to get to know me to really like me. Like, I'm not.
No, that's true. That's an acquired taste. That's true. That's true. I ain't like
that. Is true.
I ain't like
I see the distance between y'all. There might still be a distance.
I feel like Rack was hoping somebody would deny what he was saying. He's like, no, he's a great guy. Everybody's like, 100%.
But
man, Rack made it where couldn't nobody drink water in practice one day. He said, Rack said, ain't no water till we get this right. And then I ain't know who was in charge.
So, and to his point, and it goes back to, and let's keep it light with Coach Brown. Coach Brown was great at knowing who his players was, knowing who his guys was. And he gave me, Roy, he gave us that freedom to lead this team a certain way. Because you remember, we were the tweeners from the DJ era, the VY era, Cedric Benson, all them era. We were there. Yeah. And then when you guys left, I'm looking around like, where the hell everybody at? What we gonna play with? Like, it's just.
And
what else is out there?
With me, right?
What's this? So now we go into a new era in the Colt McCoy and them era, and it's like, man, what the hell? I remember Blalock and all these guys, and now I don't know. I don't know who's who right now. And that's no knock on them because they're going through the same process I went through when I was young. But it got to a point where Coach Brown knew that me and Roy were going to be the catalyst to leading this team, and he gave us the keys for that. So where anything like wasn't no issues. One thing, me and Coach Brown, he never had to worry about anything when it came to me. Like he'll tell you to this day, like we had a great relationship because there was nothing to worry about. Never went to his office for nothing. He knew Rack was going to hold everybody accountable. I didn't do all the frat parties and none of that. Like I was about football, I was about business. Yeah. And everybody, my team, my era, once you guys left, we knew that we needed leadership. Colt was a quiet guy. I know he can sling the ball and do his thing, but to be a tough football team, to get the respect in the nation, gotta have a little dog and get out to. And myself, Roy, really took that leadership role to help instill and the rest of you guys, man. And Jeremy, it's fun. Jeremy and Fozzy's not here, but I don't think those guys knew I knew how to laugh. Man, you know what I mean? I don't think those guys knew I knew how to smile at the time.
He's like, hey, I love that he said, I don't know. You know, he's like, yeah, Mack just kind of let me do my thing. Yeah, Mack watched the video too. He watched that workout, but he was like,
Listen, Rack being nice, which he retired now. He's
the line.
Man, I think I seen him laugh after retirement.
Yeah, that's true. But a lot of people tell me that.
I'll tell you this about Rack, man. He was Texas tough. And we brought in Will Muschamp to instill what Texas tough was. And when Will came in, I remember Will was going crazy on everybody. Yeah. Will was going crazy on everybody. But if it was two people that I realized after a while, I'm like, he don't really say nothing. Rack and Roy, and the thing about Rack is, man, I got stories. But a thing about Rack too is somehow, some way, the Debo theme music followed him through the hallway. So when me and Fozzy be in there playing dominoes or something, and you see Rack coming, I would look at Fozzy like, man, tuck your chain.
The thing about it, Rack's legacy superseded him. Like I said, I never got to play with Rack.
Got the night, like he got the chill, nice version of AO, because I never played with AO. But what he's speaking is true.
I got it because I was a fish. I was a freshman, and I came in the era of you do show up in January. Rack wasn't happy, rightfully so, with the 07 season. Yeah, I was 08. I got there in January. From the first team workout, I was wondering who was in charge. That is true. Now, fast forward to August, where we really put the pass on. I didn't really see Rack throughout the spring.
Sure.
But in August, as the depth chart started to unfold, scout team becomes a real thing. One day, I don't know why, I think it was something at home, he showed up upset. Rack showed up pissed off. I'm doing my thing on scout team, hoping to get the look to be moved up. He didn't like that I was doing my thing.
Was this in season, first of all? Because that changes it. That changes it.
It's going into the
training camp.
It's right into, you start the depth chart get formulated, and now you're really preparing for week 1.
That's fine. Training camp is fine.
But you're preparing for week 1. You know what I mean? Man, Rack hit me so hard. Rack hit me so hard. Bro, this is a true story. I went back to the sideline, and Donald called me over. He's like, you got a little cut. I was like, huh? I was bleeding. I got on equipment to protect me. I don't know how I'm bleeding, but my head was ringing, ears were ringing, the whole thing. And Rack hit me, and I forgot what he said, but it was something along the lines of like, yeah, I bet you're going to cut that shit out now. Like,
I was going to say, Rack, do you remember this play? Was Jay just going too hard?
No, bro, listen. It was Rack and Sergio. Ooh. It was Rack and Sergio, and you got Roy Miller, and you got Lamar Houston. And these four, and Henry Miller.
That's a mean D-line.
Listen what I'm trying to tell you. Mel was the coolest person in the world. I actually thought, man, I would be his brother.
He just said that because he ended up a running back.
Mel was cool. Rack was our leader. And the only person I ever felt like that could stand up to Rack was Roy. Yeah. But they traveled together, so it was. That's how
Serge and Lamar Houston.
Yeah, we out of luck. But I mean, I'm being kind of funny, but I'll tell you, Rack made me understand what it was like to earn a scholarship at Texas. Yeah. Because when you're in high school, we all prep All-Americans. You got everybody telling you how good you are. To be honest, for most of us, football wasn't hard up to that point.
Yeah.
You know, you've been a star for a long time.
Yeah.
Sure. You get to Texas and you're amongst other stars. So it's like, you know, it's some jockeying and some posturing for like who's the guy. But ultimately, you know, everybody can kind of hold their own. But then you come to somebody who now I'm hearing the back end of it, and I realize he earned all this. Like he earned all this. So he holding it to a different kind of standard and expectation. And when that wasn't being met, man, we got a chance to understand what real leadership is and what it felt like and what it sound like and like what championships kind of how they're built, you know. And to your credit, we go 12-1 that regular season.
Yeah,
we go 12-0 the next regular season.
Yeah, it was a culture shock, man. But again, it all stems back from Nick when we started at the beginning was like I said, DJ in them era. Like Texas has always been about passing the torch, you know, and I didn't want to let those guys down because, man, ain't nothing special than seeing all these legends on the wall, man. That was always a big thing for me. I'm seeing all these guys on the wall. I'm like, man, I got to get on that wall, and I want to represent to the fullest, you know. So we lead, you know, everybody leads for the NFL, and mind you, people don't realize, like, again, it takes hard work, but also it takes patience, which a lot of people don't have in today's game.
That's good.
Everybody wants the quick fix, the quick start right now and make the play. I'm like, nah, it's okay to grind. It's okay to get it. But I will say this: the caveat to that is, you guys, y'all never left, man. Like I didn't start until my junior year, redshirt junior year, where I didn't start because we were doing. Our era was so special.
That was true. Yep.
That no one wanted to leave early. You know, DJ could have left a long time ago. Said B, VY, all these guys, nobody left. Everybody played either the true 4 years or played 5 years straight. So I didn't start until my redshirt junior year. So after that 06 season, which was after the championship year, you know, now it's my first year. So now I gotta try and help get this team back right, man. We went 10-3, and most teams and programs would love it, but that was unacceptable here. And you know, there's nobody else to turn to, you know, besides trying to get young guys to play at a high level. And you know, that's just what it was, man. And we just kind of kept building from that, and you know, doing the best I can, man, and just trying to lead the right way.
Well, let me ask you. I've told that story at plenty of barbecues to a lot of people because back home in Houston, a lot of people ask me questions about Rack, right? Rack the man in Houston. Do you remember telling us we can't get no water? Okay. I rest my case.
That was a yes.
I rest my case.
Again, myself and Roy Miller, shout out to Roy.
Roy wasn't the one that's
taking him right down with you.
We was a little off, man.
Hey, Rack, you good. Y'all went 10-3. It was worth it. Y'all went 10-3.
He brought Roy down.
Thank you. Man, I'm just trying to live the dream, man. I'm trying to live it.
On a serious tip, I hear about your development. You obviously speak towards your development. I got a twofold question. Where did that kind of mindset start to where it was like, nah, I'm gonna choose the hard path of just grinding until this works?
Yeah.
And then secondly, who on that offensive line at Texas kind of helped develop you? Who like gave you fits at certain points? So like was just a great matchup every time you lined up against them?
The first question would probably be, I would say my parents, my mom. You know, being of Nigerian descent, man, I just watched the way they worked, watched the way they came here. Y'all probably heard these stories from Nigerian first generation kids a lot, but it's the truth, man.
Yeah.
Like my parents, Ayo, I'm pretty sure you can speak to this as well. Yes, they come from nothing. They came here, country from a third world country. I wouldn't say third world, but at the time, it's nowhere near like the United States.
Yeah.
And watch them work and trying to raise 3 kids and put food and clothes on her back and try to make them with no excuses, because it's a bunch of excuses in today's from everyone.
Yeah.
That kind of where I learned it from, honestly. Like, there's no excuses. Like, people don't realize during my tenure in Texas, I was dealing with a lot of personal family stuff, but I kept that to myself and just kept put my head down, kept working. No one cared. Like, no one cared because at the end of the day, you have to go out there and win ball games. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
So yeah, my parents were for sure. My mom, man, I worked her ass off, man. She was truly instrumental to my life. My father as well. Rest in peace. And then the second question was, who was the offensive player that gave me the?
Who was just the one that helped you develop, like practicing against this guy?
Man, he never gets a lot of credit, but I would say this. And all the offensive guys get too much credit. I'm gonna keep it on. I'm gonna keep it on the offensive line. The skill guys get too much credit, but like Jonathan Scott,
Jay Scott,
Justin Blalock, that era of guys, man. Just when I was young and I would win on a one-on-one or whatever the case may be, and then they just had their eyes like, man, this guy gonna be hell when he really gets it.
Yeah,
that let me know, like, okay, I can do this. Those guys, Blalock especially, man, those guys were special, and they had great NFL careers too. But they don't get recognition a lot because we talk about a lot of other things. But man, those are the guys that I had to go against because I was the second string. You got your first team, and then you got your second team defense that they have to. I'm running for them. I'm giving them looks. So. Those were the guys I would say that really helped propel me to get to where I need to go. You know,
Rack, we've been talking about your development and how well you came up out of the potential and the capability that you had, what you were willing to do to really be great, and you cleaned up your senior year. I mean, you won all the awards you can win, and you go first round to Washington, and you spend 10 years in the league.
Yeah,
10 years. A lot of people see your Pro Bowls, they see the All-Pro seasons, they see you doing this great stuff on TV in the National Football League. Was there a moment, and it could be early in your career, where you say, man, I got to figure this out to really get this longevity and really soar and get to my second, third contract in the NFL? Was there a moment, or tell us about a moment where you say, man, I figured this out and this what really helped me?
It was, man, great.
Because you don't just 10 years. You don't just. You don't just
get it. Yeah, for sure, man. Honestly, it was two things. I would say, the first thing I would say, I had to, as a pass rusher. Let me start from the beginning. So, when I got drafted to Washington, I was one of those tweeners where I played defensive end my whole career.
Yeah.
We were running a 3-4 defense. 3-4 was now becoming into the league. It was becoming a big thing now. So I was really one of those first generations of guys. I never played linebacker stand-up in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So imagine getting drafted, you're going through combines, you're going through all this, you get drafted to teams, to a 3-4 team, or we were a 4-3 team, but they had a 3-4 conversion as well. And now I'm a stand-up linebacker. I rush on third downs. Man, but I've been playing B-gap, C-gap, rush the passer my whole career. So my first game, I forgot what game it was. I'm standing up like I'm Derrick Johnson behind. I don't know what a curl flat, what a post route, what all this means. But I had to learn throughout an NFL training camp at the highest level.
Yeah.
People don't know that, man. And go, coaches, please. Play the player's strengths, man. Like that is like I played it, I did great at it, but I would have loved to just been me at the beginning because I would have been even more. But with that being said, man, just sudden change was a big thing. You had to really sudden change. And then when you come into the league and you do really well in college, you naturally go to what? Bad teams, right?
Yeah.
That was another thing that was tough for me.
Yeah.
Played at Texas, man. We're a winning tradition. We're a winning program. We win all the time. You go there, and now I'm in Washington. We're not winning. We're losing. We're 4-12. We're 3-13.
Long season.
It's long season. So you got to program your mind to there's light at the end of the tunnel, because you can go through some dark times, man. If you love football, that's what you do. You're used to winning. You're used to being in playoffs. Used to being in contention. Now you're just an afterthought in the NFL when it comes to. So I had to try and separate myself from the people on those teams because I wanted to continue to be successful. I wanted the team to be successful. So and then as I started doing that, now I have to learn how to do different moves and take my game to another level.
Yeah.
Because I was a speed to power. I'm gonna hit you in your chin all day and then run past you. And then now you get in the NFL, these guys are dogs. So you got to learn all the rip and spin and all that crap. You got to learn that, and so I had to take my game to another level with that in the second phase to where I can have that longevity. And you got to deal with injuries. I didn't really deal with a lot of injuries. I don't know about you guys. I'm pretty sure you got injured. Everybody had injuries, and you're going to get hurt in football.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I didn't deal with too many injuries, but, man, I tore some pecs, man. I thought I was done. I called Crowder. I said, dude, that's it. This was probably year 5 maybe because that was my 3rd pec tear. I've never dealt with these things. So my mobility and my flexibility was something I had to start working on, and so I can have another 5 years, 6 years, whatever the case may be, when I finished out my career in Tennessee. So, yeah, those are the main things I take away was just longevity, the passion, flexibility, just being more consistent with that for sure.
And when he, I'm just adding to what he's saying. When he's talking about he called Crowder, like that's who we worked out with every offseason. So me, Rack, few other guys worked out all the time. I mean, we had some days, boy, some days where you like, oh man, some good times though, good times.
Real quick, Rack, man,
what's up?
Everything you said resonated with me because I was the same way. I was hand in the dirt. Every single snap in college, and then I get drafted by a team that runs a 3-4 scheme. And essentially, they never want the outside guys to actually be linebackers in college. Like, if you want these guys draft linebackers, but they don't ever do that. They don't do. They draft
because we can't rush. That's
why. They draft defensive ends and force them to drop. So your stories resonated with me a lot. Plus the injury piece too, because I had 3 season-ending injuries. I guess the question I'm trying to get to with you. Since I got one of the best rushers that I've ever seen with my own eyes sitting at the table, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you what goes into your rush plan. Like if you were holding a pass rush summit with a bunch of young guys and they're asking you, hey, Rat, how do I find success in the league as a rusher? What would you tell them?
Anger.
Man, I think, that was it. I think, he just said it.
I know.
Hey, I get that asked all the time, and there's a reason why I don't coach right now. Or there's a reason why that's not really my forte. That's not my thing.
You don't want to leave?
No, because
just little kids crying.
So my son right now, he's going through this. He's an outside backer at Lake Travis. Shout out to Brian Jr. But he does not like me sometimes. Because to answer your question, rushing is not how do I say this? Rushing is very hard to simulate on turf by itself. You kind of just have to be in the moment. It's been my whole career. I never had a plan, if that makes sense. And I'm a very unorthodox rusher. I'm a very unorthodox player. So I can't all the rips and the swims and the 2-hand swipes. And we can do that all day, but at the end, is that gonna work? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know. So when I'm lining up, my whole mindset is I have to be angry, I have to be pissed off, and I got to get from point A to point B. So whatever that is, man, I've watched film so many times. I had one hand here, this hand here. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just I got to get from point A to point B, and that's what I knew. I've been doing that my whole career. And, you pick up a few things here and there to kind of sprinkle in and a jab step here and make you a nice inside rush. But, man, all that cute stuff, man, it's great because you need to have that in your arsenal. But for me personally, that was never my MO. My MO was point A to point B, any means necessary, and affect the play. And they used to call me the closer because it'd be times where, I get blocked. But when the game's on the line, man, if you look at my resume, when the game is fourth quarter, game's on the line, we close, I'm gonna close it out.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta worry about that.
Awesome. Man, it's so, but like, it's just so fitting.
Yeah, it is.
It's just so fitting. Like, I'm not expecting like what you said to double chop it. Man, it's a lot of explosiveness. It's some speed. It's a damn sure a lot of power, and it's going through your chest.
And mentality.
Like it's a mentality, man. It's pretty unique to see. I want to take it back though, just out of my own curiosity.
Sure.
You talked about getting drafted, and a lot of people don't understand it. Like the best players by draft order, right? Because you're always going to think team needs and then best available. Somewhere between there is where a team is going to draft, right? Whatever that formula is going to be. You go to the worst teams, right? Unless you know, Jalen Carter. Then you can be the best player and go to one of the best teams. But everybody else, best players go to the worst teams. Was there a team in your draft process that you had your eye on that you was like, man, I probably wouldn't share this out loud, but I really would want to go there?
At the time, you know, I'm a Texas kid. I've been Texas my whole life, so Texans was an option. So definitely was like, man, if I can just fall or something they trade up, I can go play from my home city. That would have been awesome. So yeah, I mean, if there was one team, it would have been Houston if I could choose. But I wouldn't change anything, man. I love my whole journey. I love Washington, D.C. That's an amazing city, man. Yeah. Chocolate City, man. It's amazing. They're great fans, passionate fans. They really helped branded who I am today.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it was a blessing in disguise to go there and do what I did and to continue that legacy in Tennessee, which I finished up in Nashville.
And then completely different than anything else. Y'all know I'm always gonna talk about it. It's the money.
Okay.
NIL.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like what I witnessed, and then obviously the hardware that came from your production.
Yeah.
Was some of that driven by the lack of? And do you think you could have had that kind of production with what we know would? I mean, you fill in the blank. How many zeros would have been behind that NIL deal?
That NIL and big shout out to these era, man, to these kids getting it, man, because we didn't have it, which y'all know. We didn't have it at all. And honestly, man, my era, our time, they wouldn't be. I talked to CDC the other day, and they wouldn't be able to afford us at that time. I'm being honest with you. We played with some studs, man. Like they would not be able to afford us. Like the check would have been. I can't give a number.
Man, you can give a number. I can give a number.
I can't
they can figure it out.
I honestly don't know that, but I commend them, man, because it took not only from our generation but the years past to set these guys up for that, and that's what it's all about, man. They deserve every penny, man. Man, look, I'll give y'all a little small story. We and that's I don't have, and y'all, if anybody that's opposed to NIL, y'all can kiss my, because no, y'all have no idea what these players go through, where they come from, and how much, you know, I love it. Put it like this, like, so my small story was I was roommates with Rashard Bobineau, former linebacker here. Man, we'll play in a big time game Saturday night. I don't know. I remember this was one year when the Big 12, everybody was top 10. I don't know what year that was. Maybe been 08, I can't remember. But man, we got done playing. We go back to the dorm. We won, obviously. The whole city going crazy. The game was amazing. Everybody made all this money and revenue share and all this stuff. Me go back to the room. Me and Bobineau was sharing Apple Jacks with almost a day expired milk that's about to expire the next day. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
We hungry as hell to go. Just play, I mean, and drinking water and Gatorades from stuff we accumulated from the facility.
Right.
I mean, so that just goes to show you the type of life we were living, man. And y'all know how it was at these bowl games. We get a little Game Boy here and keep it moving. So hit them over the head, man.
Man, when I look back at them bowl gifts, that's actually pretty fun. It's like, let's give them some toys and tell them thanks.
In a hoodie.
Like in a hoodie. But no, I could imagine Rag now. It's like, Rag, how much you want? I don't know, but the check better be in my locker.
Well, I can say pretty factually you would have been a 7-figure player. I mean, and especially with that, like with the accolades, et cetera. But all that being said, right? And I can specifically remember like crazy moments of you playing. When you were at Texas, are there is it one or two moments that really stick out to you that you remember that are like you're really proud of, or just, you know, really remember vividly?
Yeah, man. Out of all my time, I'm super, super elated and proud of, man. I think Coach Brown knows this too, is leading our 08 season, to be honest with you. we had a lot of doubt around that time. A lot of question marks. This was, man, a lot of doubt, man. And we were coming off a very disappointing year. We lost some more key guys. No expectations. I don't even know if we were ranked yet, or maybe back 25. I don't know. But no one had us ranked or being a top contender that year. And you go look at our roster at the time, our team was okay. Mm-hmm. You know, I was upset leading up to that year. A small nugget too. I was extremely upset at JC and J Mike. I know they'll tell you that. I make fun. I make fun of them. I tease them a little bit to this day about that because these guys left.
Oh man,
they left, and I don't blame them. Everybody leaves for their own reason. Those were one of the few guys that left early because, like I said, we all used to stand and let's get this right. Those guys went to the NFL. I said, dude, so y'all want to be punt protectors and R5s on kickoff y'all first 2 years instead of competing for a championship. I'm like, dude, what the hell? So, but anyway, they went to the NFL, so now we got more holes to fill because those J. Mike and J. Charles is like a big
part of the
deal. So it's like now we're like, okay, we got to figure this out. So super proud of that team, man, because that's when you got now we got to, you know, the whole team's young. We're just trying to figure it out. And long story short, man, we started from that offseason, that January up until August, and when I tell you we were one of the most talented squads in this history of this team because of what we worked to get towards, and we were one play away from another championship. And me and Roy, Colt, we all talk about it. Was like we were all part of that 05 team, right? But I wanted to. None but love and respect for my 05 squad. That team was, from top to bottom, one of the best teams. I mean, we couldn't lose. Mm-hmm. But our 08 season, we wanted to be better than that team. Mm. It was just something that drove us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, we wanted to have 2 championships. We wanted to be talked about just as much as that team from all the undercard, underrated guys that we had on the 08 squad. And we were one play away. And we missed it, but we finished strong in the Fiesta Bowl against Ohio State, which they got a big one coming up August 30th. And yeah, just super, super proud. So if there's one moment, that would be definitely that 08 season. And then Nick, did you say another? Do I have another one?
Oh, or just your favorites. Yeah, I mean,
my favorite. And another, as far as playing wise, man, we had a lot of great moments, man. For me personally, I don't know, just being with the guys, man. It's cliche, but
hold on. What guys? What guys?
He's like, what friends?
What you mean the 08 guys? Oh, you mean the 07, 06?
Just my guys, man. I have my little crew.
Oh, man.
I have my crew, man. I have my crew. See, Jerry, again,
it was just a little shade here and there.
My crew knows who they are, but I have my crew, man. Everybody knows that.
No, I'm messing.
We had some great times, man. We had some downtown. The dominoes and stuff was rolling.
Yeah,
we had some good times. I mean, just being with the guys was fun.
So this is my last question. Right, obviously you're retired now. Have you adjusted to that, being a father, being a husband? How is that life for you afterwards? How are you enjoying that?
Man, to be honest, that's a great question, bro. To be honest with you, I love it, bro.
Yeah.
I love it, man. It's amazing. Like, I don't get to play football no more. I get to relax. My body gets to chill. Like, a lot of people miss it and stuff. I miss the locker room and all the camaraderie and winning clothes, all that. But, man, I get to wake up and just enjoy life now.
Yeah.
Man. I get to smile more. I get to just be
I ain't never seen him smile this much. I think he's telling the truth.
Man, football, man. And when you play this game, man, it's an amazing sport. You learn so many things. You meet so many great people and around from all different backgrounds. And you try to come together, almost like a Remember the Titans type of mentality. But it's hard, man. Yeah. It's hard. I want parents and people to understand. Stop living through your kids. If they ain't got it, go find something else to do. Because
that's a great advice.
This is the real deal, man. Like, so, and you know, you can't fake it, man. As you all guys know, we all changed our lives doing this. And Jeremy didn't go to the professional level, but he learned so much to where he carried that same work ethic into what he got going on. And so many other guys that didn't really go the long route, but they getting it just because of what they learned throughout that whole process. So yeah, man, I'm one of those guys that I'm gonna ride off in the sunset, man, and just enjoy being a father, enjoy raising my boys going through the same thing. my girls in volleyball, my beautiful wife. We've been together since college, man. We traveling. That's what DJ said, man. Y'all traveling again? He knows we gone. He said, man, them lights are off, man. They gone. So man. I'm enjoying life, man. I played this game. I have no resentment. I left everything out there. Man, I played to the fullest, and man, I'm enjoying life, man. I'm picking up golf. I'm doing my thing, man. It's fun. It's fun.
I remember earlier this year, Rack and I got a mutual best friend, and he got married earlier this year in Mexico, and where our patio was, we could see where the pool was, and it's early in the day, and I look down there at the pool, and I see Rack down there. Rack got on flip-flops and little shorts and a button-down shirt, glasses, a little towel. I was like, his sunscreen. I was like, so he a regular person. But just look at that. Went down there, we shared a drink together, and we were laughing, and the whole time I'm like, well, nobody would believe this. It's a regular guy.
That's the truth, man. Like, man, I took it very seriously, man, and maybe too seriously, but it helped in the long run. You know, I didn't get the chance to play with you, AO, but I know you came in, and Oscar, we had the same coach, Giles. He used to tell me all about you when I was gone, but you did your thing. You carried the torch, man, and so on, man. Just because I wanted to leave a legacy, and like I said, it's not easy, man. It's not easy, and you know the guys that play long have longevity. The guys that continue to do it at a high level, it's for that reason, man. You got to have a little crazy in you to play this game, man, and that's just the truth.
Yeah. Well, Rack, you talked about passing the torch, and I know we're wrapping this up, so this is gonna be my last question as well. Between me and you, there was a guy named Sergio Kindle, which I feel like doesn't get talked about enough.
I was going to bring him up.
I was going to say,
that was one question I was waiting for.
He's one of the most fascinating guys in UT history. But what did you were his mentor. What did you see from him in terms of his development and ultimately his final product?
So Serge, big Serge, and shout out to him. I'm actually going to go see him, but big Serge, man, he's dealing with a little issue right now too. I'm not gonna put his business out there, but prayers out to him. But Serge was everything that I was the final product, right, that y'all see. Serge came into the college like that, like just
for real,
ready, just like that. Came in ready to go out the womb, 5-star. Let's roll. We're gonna put him in somewhere. He's gonna get it done. So he was me freshman year, and so. Me and him naturally click because it's two complete opposite type people. But me and him just clicked, man. Like I was a deep voice, serious, but cool, calm guy.
What's Serge voice?
Serge was he looked intimidating, got the braids, but he had the hey man.
I was waiting. I was waiting.
Pitch, high pitch.
The first time I heard Serge talk, I was like, man, stop playing. Stop playing. Y'all joking me right now.
Serge was a fool, man. He was crazy, but he was a good dude, genuinely good dude, man. And he was a baller, man. And Muschamp's first year, so we had to figure out how to get me and him on opposite ends at the same time. Because Serge was a sandbacker, but so he was doing essentially what I did my rookie year in the league in college. He would play off the ball, and then he'll come in nickel down. He'll play rush. So I was just working me and him. When I tell you early on, we found out early on, especially in the off seasons, that this was going to be a tandem that was going to wreak havoc for a long time. And we did that from week 1 to the end of the season. Every single game, we were having bets among ourselves, not money wise, but just competitive bets on who's going to get there the first or who's going to get there the fastest. And Serge, and unique, cool story about Serge was I hated running to the ball. I wouldn't say I hated it, but it's just really, if the ball's over there, I'm like.
That's all D lineman. You ain't got to apologize. That's every D lineman in the book.
Like, hey, we got to get ready to rush the next play.
Let me find the ball.
Y'all got it. But Serge was nonstop. So it made me like, I can't look that on film. So it was times where Serge would literally outrun me on his side, on my end. And I'm like, all right, you got it, man. Go get it. Like, I'm going to let you have it. But he stepped up my game from when it comes to the hustle part and just being relentless. And man, like Serge was just tremendous, man, and he had a phenomenal collegiate career, man. Got drafted to Baltimore. I wish that would have panned out. But man, my favorite player, favorite teammate tandem was Sergio Kindle, man, and he was just amazing. And I'll pick him. I'll pick our tandem versus anybody in any generation. I'm sure every generation has their own favorites, but I'm not nobody. Me and Serge was crazy.
When I think back to that era, because you got a chance to see young Serge. Yeah. How many years were y'all together?
2 years.
2?
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, if you could have got a chance to see Serge mature into what he became, as well as that back end secondary, because you got to remember a young A.J. Williams, a young Earl Thomas, a young Curtis Brown, and then Shockey Brown.
Right? Yeah. We had them all freshmen. Yeah.
If we would have had Rat, you just a little younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Matched up with that.
Matched up with that nucleus, that core, because who Keenan Robinson became.
Yeah,
and then,
you're right.
You know, Sam Acho matured into who he became.
And Sam was my backup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Crazy,
Like that what that end up turning into, like what was spawned from you was some dogs.
Yeah, man. Nah, all those guys had tremendous careers, man. And Henry would come in, and our D-line, Lamar was a D tackle. He moved from running back to D tackle that year. Man, it was crazy. Me, Roy, Serge, Henry, Lamar, it was like, you guys just clean up. Like, we're going to handle it up. Y'all just clean up. So that's how it was, man. It was just I was privileged to be a part of that for sure.
Well, Rack, I know you gotta go pick up the kids, or I know you gotta get out of here. So we appreciate you coming by, man, and we definitely want to have you back sometime. This is fun, man, and fun. Appreciate you making time, and we'll definitely do it again. Hook up.